just never ever change up. Some stay the same, just never ever change up. Some stay the same, just never ever change up. Never switch the game up, never switch the play up. Stuck in that first quarter, never known order, unless it was a court order. Now you point the finger at your father, cause he never bothered, he never took time to know you. He never bothered, he never took time to know you. He never bothered, he never took time to know you. You never known him, maybe you known him, maybe he was there the whole time in your corner. Damn. Relationships now these days sound like a random replay, but who gives a damn now these days? Will they acknowledge their own iniquity to turn away their captivity? They don't know their captivity. I'ma return to my place until they acknowledge all of their offenses. Now meditate on that a minute. We are the children. Yeah, we are the children. We are the children. Yeah, we are the children. We are the children. Yeah, we are the children. Look at our condition. The person revealing. Turn out the wilderness. Moses was with us. We should've listened. We should've listened. We are the children. Yeah, we are the children. Look at our condition. The person revealing. Turn out the wilderness. Moses was with us. We listen. We should've listened. Depending on the nation that cannot save us. Depending on the nation that cannot save us. Depending on the nation that cannot save us. Trusting in the shadows those who hate us. Yeah, you are a nation inside a nation. The promises for you, they're trying to take you, keep you away from it. That old covenant cherubim can't keep the righteous away from him. You know what I'm saying when I say him? The God of Abraham, Isaac and Jacob. Ain't no point of faking. We the Israelites, boy, quit playing. I ain't from the know ya, but I got a story right out the Torah. Keep it 100, no sugar coated, straight out that boiler.
Welcome to Four Corners News. That's right, where the truth speaks. I am Captain Zakar. To my left,
Officer Daniel.
to his left,
Officer Azaniah.
and to his left.
Officer Lael.
And we make up
Four Corners News.
Thank you for tuning in to Four Corners News, where we bring you the news from all over the earth. And we bring out the scriptures along with it to let you know that the Bible is a true book. Hey, so let's get straight into it, man. I was thinking about going over a whole bunch of different stuff, but the Lord said, no, focus on this. So let's get into it, man. Let's pull up that first image that we got dealing with our brother Kyrie Irving. Let's go. Let's read that.
If there is one good thing about the hashtag Kyrie Irving is that this exposes all of the sellouts we have in our community. We will never forget who you are. Hashtag I stand with Kyrie.
Read that one more again.
If there is one good thing about the hashtag Kyrie Irving is that this exposes all of the sellouts we have in our community. We will never forget who you are.
Now, I'm going to tell you this. Why is that so important? Why would I open up with that for today's show here on Four Corners News? I want you to go to the book of Sirach, man. Go to the book of Sirach and look what God says about us as a people. Because you never know someone's, what they would say, true colors, right? Until adversity hits. You never know who's a real sister, or what they would say in the world, ride or die,
Right.
until adversity actually hits. Let's go to that the book of Sirach chapter 6, and I want you to read verse 7 and 8.
Sirach chapter 6 and verse 7.
Uh-huh.
If thou wouldest get a friend, prove him first.
Do what?
Prove him first.
Now, for those that may not know, the way you prove a friend is through the Bible. There's scriptures that tell you what a faithful brother is, a faithful sister is, and you measure them up against the scriptures. And if they don't be found out that they are proven according to the scriptures, they are not who you think they are. They're not actually a friend. So God says, prove a friend first. Go ahead.
And be not hasty to credit him.
That's what a lot of us do. We hasty to credit. You know why we hasty is because we've got a lot of what we would call things in common. We might both play basketball, Kyrie, Shaq.
Right.
We might like the same type of women. We might both smoke weed. Things of our people in the world, that's how they choose friends. based on those, but it's not no real proven according to the scriptures where you can say, yeah, we friends based on thus saith the Lord. I know him, thus saith the Lord, right? We don't do that. Keep reading.
For some man is a friend for his own occasion,
Uh-huh.
and will not abide in the day of thy trouble. And there is a friend who, being turned to enmity and strife, will discover thy reproach.
Keep reading.
Again, some friend is a companion at the table.
They're a companion at the table, meaning what? When it's all good in the neighborhood, when you got a full course cuisine on the table, you got all the food that the eye can desire. But read on.
And will not continue in the day of thy affliction.
That's what happens with our brother Kyrie. When he, I don't know where the hell where did the laugh come from? Man, ain't no damn time to be.
We just got a live studio audience.
Yeah,
Somebody
just out of
bring them
nowhere.
some almond milk.
But read that part again.
Verse 10.
Yeah.
Again, some friend is a companion at the table, and will not continue in the day of thy affliction.
That's Kyrie Irving with all of these people that have turned their backs on him. They did not continue with their brother in the day of affliction. When the day of affliction came, they looked out for themselves and they threw their own brother under the bus. That's why God said you got to prove a friend, man. And it can't be based on sin. Because you know, people in the world, they like different sins at different times. You got to prove them based on the scriptures. Go ahead, officer.
Yeah, Cap, that's what you was basing, what you was bringing out with that scripture, because a lot of times what we do in the world is we don't really understand friendship without the Bible.
Mm-hmm.
You understand? In the world, like how you were saying, we tie ourselves together with interests.
Right.
We tie ourselves together with things that we can gain from one another.
Right.
And then that's why a lot of times our people go on the shows and says, oh, I got white friends. I got a lot of white friends.
Yeah.
How can you be friends with your oppressor?
Kyrie's friends got exposed when he stopped serving the white man.
When the affliction came, those that are not truly his friends was made evident.
Right.
So they wasn't ride or die.
Nah.
At all.
Not at all. At all. Is that what we want? Jump down to, let's see if I want anything else on that. That's about it. Okay. So you see that the people notice that during this whole Kyrie, Kanye thing going on where they have said, we are the Israelites. We are the Jews according to the Bible.
That's right.
Those that were really Kyrie's friends stood up for him and they said something. And those that were just friend in name and not during the time of affliction, they gave him over to the oppressors.
Right.
And let them devour their brother. Let's see the first Kunite, because that's a whole different breed. They are a whole different race of people.
Damn.
Hey, they came from Uncle Ruckus.
Yes.
They've just gained their own nationality.
God,
You are
matter of fact,
Kunites.
in the book of Maccabees, God calls you a Hamite when you turn on your people.
Yeah.
Right.
Yep.
He calls you a Canaanite. You're not even considered God's people no more.
Damn.
When you don't stand up for your brother in righteousness, in their way to find it and coming back to God. He called you a Hamite. He done with you off top. Let's see the first Kunite and what he said. Let's play it.
To love and we promote, it brings people together. And it hurts me sometimes when we have to sit up here to talk about stuff that divides the game. Now we got to answer for what this idiot has done.
Wow.
I stand for equality of all people. I've always been like that. Don't matter what religion, no matter where you're from. I could say shalom, salam alaikum, ni hao, sebon, because that's how I was raised. So I don't really want to sit up here and answer questions for what he's done. If you're looking at me, it's my job to make people happy. I can't speak for him and, answer for what he's doing. It's obviously by his answers and the way he answers, he doesn't really care.
All right, cut. So that's the first problem. That's the first thing, to identify somebody that will betray you when affliction hits. Oh man, I'm for all people. Oh, I black, white, green, no Chinese, Asian,
Come on now, dog.
religion. I am for
Come
all
on,
people.
man.
That is the thought of someone that has been Americanized.
Cap, because we watched this video. We've been watching this video all week.
Yeah.
Dissecting it because these brothers are amazing. But the thing that caught me the most with Shaq, he said, "Now I have to come and address this Kyrie situation."
Yeah.
Because a lot of times you can come out and say, you know what, you don't even have to say I don't fully agree with Kyrie. You can just say no statement.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I don't want to speak on that topic.
Right.
But he said I have to.
You
Why?
can- you
Because
can
his
say-
master told
You
him
can
to.
say things like,
He got Jewish friends.
Yeah.
I don't have all the information,
Right.
so I'm going to wait until everything come out before I speak.
That
Right.
They did not do that. Off top, hey, Kunite, we want you to throw your brother under the bus. Do it. Yes,
You know-
sir.
Yes,
Hey,
sir.
you know what he said? He said,
Yes, sir.
"Oh, it's my job. I got to keep being an entertainer. I got to keep playing basketball. I can't follow your direction."
Hey, you got to understand the social programming of all this because not one of them said anything about Jeff Bezos.
Nah.
They attacked their
We gonna
brother.
get
The
to that,
white
too.
man. I'm gonna just
No,
leave
go
it
ahead.
alone. The white man they never got on,
Mm-mm.
but their own brother, their flesh and blood, brother to brother, the ones that played the same game as them.
That was in the gym with
That
them.
was in the gym.
They was shooting in the gym with
Shooting.
him. He turned on it.
Yeah, they turned on him.
Damn.
You weren't shooting in the gym.
Wicked ass, man.
Yes,
let's
it
let's go
was.
to the other video to show who else showed who they were in the time of affliction. Play that video.
He should have been suspended. I think Adam should have suspended him. First of all, Adam's Jewish. You can't take my $40 million and insult my religion. If you're going to insult me, you have the right, but I have the right to say, no, you're not going to take my $40 million and insult my religion. I think the NBA, they made a mistake. We have suspended people and fined people who have made homophobic slurs. And that was the right thing to do. I think if you insult the black community, you should be suspended or fined heavily, depending. I saw they did the same thing to the kid in Minnesota this year when he made the gay slur. I think you should get suspended or fined. I think him acknowledging the Alex Jones thing should have happened with that too, because that dude's crazy. And I can't believe that we ain't talking about that. We're talking about this idiot. I think he should have been
Cut it.
suspended.
Charles
I
Barkley,
think
in the time of affliction, he threw his brother up under the bus. Same skin, same flesh, look just like you. You threw him up under the bus. Same thing. This is why you got to prove a friend first. And this is on a higher level where all of us are able to see it. But many of us have been betrayed by the person that we thought was our friend in high school,
Right.
or by the girl you thought was your road dog, and she messed with the guy you used to like. This stuff happens. We sitting on a high level in front of the media on TV, but this goes all the way down to the person that drives
the truck every day.
that works at the warehouse somewhere,
Cap,
or damn Walmart, anything, Arby's. Go ahead.
Charles said he's seen people suspended in the league for black racism. What happened to Donald Sterling though?
No,
I mean,
nothing at all. That dude's still getting paid. You might not see him in the Clippers games, but that brother's still getting
paid.
That Edomite's still getting paid.
Right.
But one thing I wanted y'all to notice, did y'all hear what he said? You can't take my $40 million and speak about my religion.
His religion.
First off, being a Jew is not a religion.
That's right.
It is a race of people. Give me Deuteronomy chapter 4, verse 44. Let's explain to the people what it means to be a Jew, what it means to be an Israelite. It is not a religion. That's why a lot of people be like, oh, I ain't no Israelite. I don't mess with that stuff. Dude, we are not a religion. We are a nation of people. Read that Deuteronomy 4, verse 44.
Bring it out.
Deuteronomy chapter 4 and verse 44. And this is the law which Moses set before the children of Israel.
He gave the law to the children of Israel. That is our religion. The laws of God is what we are to live by. Being a Jew, being an Israelite is not a religion.
Right.
You know why most people think it? It's because Christianity is a man-made religion.
Right.
name some other stuff. What do you got? Catholicism,
Seven-Day
Baptism.
Adventists.
Seven-Day Adventists, Jehovah Wickedness, Islam.
Right.
Those are religions that are made up by man. Being
hell
an
is this?
Israelite, being a Jew is a nationality, and we were giving the laws by God to govern our life. That is
That's
our
right.
heritage. Matter of fact, here's a proof of it. Here's some proof on it that the laws were given to us as a way of life. It is not a religion. Let's go to Exodus. Let's go to the book of Exodus, and bear with me here. Bear with me here. It's in my mind. Give me that 31. Exodus chapter 31, and I want you to read verse. Let's read verse 16 down to 18. Watch this, y'all. Read that.
Exodus chapter 31 and verse 16.
Uh-huh.
Wherefore the children of Israel shall keep the Sabbath
The Sabbath is not a religion. It is a law of God. Read on.
to observe the Sabbath throughout their generations.
Throughout their generations. Why would it be throughout your generations? Because this is your heritage. This is what you do as a Jew.
Right.
You keep the Sabbath day. As an Israelite, you keep it holy. Go ahead.
That's right.
For a perpetual covenant.
Uh-huh.
It is a sign between me and the children of Israel forever.
Because no other religion was given to keep the Sabbath day holy. No other people on the earth. The Egyptians, you know how people be like, oh, the Bible is a damn copyright of the Egyptian hieroglyphs.
The hell
The
is this?
Egyptians had 10 days as a week, you dumbasses.
Right.
That was dumb as
10
hell.
days made up a week if you were an Egyptian. They had 10-day weeks. Look it up. They did not have 7 days as a week. God gave the Sabbath day to the Israelites because he created days. He said, hey, every 7 days, it's a new week, brother. Not every damn 10 days. Because why? The moon would control the months, and the months would be based on what? 30 days.
Mm-hmm.
So it said he gave us the Sabbath day, and it's a sign between us and the children of Israel forever. Read on.
For in 6 days the Lord made heaven and earth.
Uh-huh.
And on the seventh day he rested and was refreshed.
Now here's the point. Read verse 18.
And he gave unto Moses, when he had made an end of communing with him upon Mount Sinai, 2 tables of testimony, tables of stone written with the finger of God.
No, they was written with the finger of man.
With the finger of God.
No, they was written with Charles Taze Russell.
The finger of God.
This ain't no man-made religion.
That's right.
That's why we say being a Jew is not a religion. What we do as a people is we are keeping the commandments of God as Israelites because that's what was given to us from the beginning. So you see how he mentioned, back to it, what I was saying.
That's a cold
He mentioned
precept.
$40 million save. I thought to myself, I said, damn, why would Charles Coon-ass Barkley mention 40 million? Why specifically that number? Now, we know Kyrie, he makes $43 million this year. This year alone, he's making $43 million. But he mentioned you can't take my $40 million. On top of the NBA commissioner does not pay any NBA player.
Right.
The owners do, right? But that brought to my mind, have you ever heard of a book called $40 Million Slave? You ever heard of that? Y'all millennials, thank you.
All right.
Yeah, Captain.
It
But
sounds
it's
familiar. It
yeah,
sounds familiar.
we all
Yeah, okay.
but it's a book called $40 Million Slave. Pull up the book so everybody can see it. So it's a book called $40 Million Slaves
What a basketball.
with a basketball in front of it, ain't it?
Wow.
The rise, fall, and redemption of the black athlete, William Roden. Black man wrote this book years ago. He said we are $40 million slaves as a people.
Damn.
Why would he say that? What would bring up in his spirit that, yeah, we just $40 million slaves? And this was years ago. This was not relevant. This wasn't like last year.
That's the same guy that said, "Oh, you could pay an athlete or a basketball player this sum of money. How much you think the people that's paying him making?"
Right.
Yeah.
I heard
Well,
somebody.
this might not been him, but that probably go along the same lines. But let's play the video. Let's go to the timestamp that I got, and we're going to see what the author of this book said about his $40 million slave book and see how it correlates today with Kyrie. Go ahead.
years, and I'm telling you right now, I was shocked by the title because I'm saying to myself, people say you're talking about slaves and mentioning it in the same breath as multi-million-dollar athletes.
But this is a problem. See, this is the first problem. You cannot equate. See, as soon as you begin to equate money with slavery, you're wrong. I mean, you're wrong because it's a condition. There were brothers, and I went all the way on the plantation. I've been doing it for 8 years. I went all the way on the plantation. There were slaves, there were jockeys who were making lots of money. Slave jockeys. There was a brother named Charles.
1700s and 1800s?
Oh, man. There was a brother named Charles Stewart who was a trainer. We're talking about 1810. This brother was a trainer. He had his owners, he was in charge of his owner's stables. At a time when black people weren't supposed to leave state without a pass, this guy had his runners. And you know what? He was making so much money, he had to hire an agent because he was making so much money. But guess what? Charles Stewart was a slave. He was sold 3 or 4 times.
He was sold.
He could negotiate the terms of his.
But getting back to your point, you're saying money shouldn't be associated with slavery. Is that what you're saying?
Money had nothing to do with the
Pause
condition.
it real quick.
Damn.
I want you to understand what he said, where he said he can negotiate the terms of his slavery. Why? Because he was so valuable to the white man as a jockey, taking care of the horses in the stable. He can negotiate the terms of his slavery. Don't that sound familiar?
So he was a good slave.
He was a good slave. He can negotiate the terms, and that's how it always is. The more valuable you are to the white man, he gives you a little bit more power to negotiate your terms, but technically, you're still a what?
Slave.
A slave. You work for him.
Right. That was the separation cap between the field Negro and the house Negro.
Yeah.
The field Negro had more watches over, more eyes on him. Right. He had chains on him at some aspect.
Yeah.
But the house Negro, he moved freely.
There you go.
Amongst the plant on the plantation.
Because he was more valuable to the white man. Nonetheless, he was still a slave. Though,
right.
Right.
Still a slave.
Go back to the video.
It's the condition of slavery, not necessarily how much money you have.
All right, let me go to Armstrong Williams. You sit
Pause
right
it right
next
there.
to him. What are your thoughts?
I want you to understand what he said. It doesn't matter how much money you have. Y'all can stay with me back here, y'all. It don't matter how much money you have. It is a condition. Slavery is a condition. Bishop been saying that for years. You can never rise above your people.
Right.
Now we can throw in there, you can never rise above the condition of your people. It's still technically slavery. The only difference is you might be more valuable as a slave to your master, so he gives you a little bit more freedoms, smoke and mirror freedoms, until you step out of line.
Cap, it's heavy how you said that. A black man, an Israelite, can never rise above his people. It don't matter how much these basketball players make.
Yeah.
So if you go now into Esau's, into the Caucasian white man, he's on top.
Yeah.
It don't matter if you see a hobo, a white hobo. He's still
above
above you.
He's still above
His
you.
people are still running the world, so it don't
point.
matter.
So our people has literally traded freedom for the illusion of freedom.
Right.
For money. They've traded
wealth.
that for money. Illusion of freedom for money. For wealth.
Comfortability.
Yep, exactly right. So go to the other timestamp that we had, because I want to jump. I don't want to go. The video, you can look at it yourself. Just type in $40 million slave on YouTube. And it's a 3 or 4 part, 12-minute videos where it's broken up on that show with Stephen A. Smith, of all people, back in the day. But play the second part of that video. And I want y'all to pay attention to the doctor or the professor at LSU that has some sense of what that book means. Let's play that.
Said you heard what Armstrong Williams said. There's no way that you can basically relate slavery to the modern day athlete. Your thoughts? And he's talking. William C. Roden talking about a slave's mentality. What are your thoughts, sir?
I agree with Roden. I want to thank Roden for writing the piece. I think what we need to realize is that whenever you are not free to speak your mind. Whenever the money comes attached with handcuffs, then I believe that you are a slave.
Pause it.
Damn.
Woo! Woo! That's cold-blooded.
That is cold-blooded, Cap.
Whenever the money is attached to, what did he say?
He said the money, he said cuffs is attached to the money.
Cuffs are attached to the money. You're still a slave. Are we not seeing that with our brother Kyrie? Are we not seeing that with our brother Kanye, who was worth, on paper, he was worth $1 billion.
Right.
But when he stepped out of line and spoke out of line, of what the master told him to say. What he didn't. What did Kanye say before? If I say I'ma kill this nigga, I'ma F this B.
Yeah.
He said something out of line of what the master wanted him to. The money came down quick. That brother's right. If you got handcuffs attached to the money, you are still a slave because you can't speak freely. This is how you know you're a slave. You can't speak freely. You can't even exercise the Second Amendment.
Right.
Freedom of speech. Is that that's the First Amendment,
The hell
right?
is this?
First Amendment is
First
freedom
Amendment.
of speech.
First Amendment.
You can't even exercise the First Amendment of freedom of speech when you are a slave in America, even if you have $40 million to back you up. You're still a slave in your captivity.
Yep.
Let's go back to it.
Many African athletes have been taught to believe that they are supposed to focus on anything but their particular sport. And I believe that if brothers start to become conscious, start to become political, start to become racially conscious, then I think the money will be cut off.
Hold on, Doc.
Pause it.
But hold on,
Woo!
Doc.
Pause it.
Damn.
This was years ago. He said if brothers become racially conscious, the money will cut off.
That's the same
He
thing.
didn't just say conscious. He said racially conscious.
That's
There you
the
go.
same thing Charles said. He said you can't take his $140 million
There you go.
and speak about his religion.
Now check this out. You got to dissect what he said. He said if you become racially conscious, they'll cut the money off. So you can be conscious in any
can be
other
conscious,
thing.
right?
Christianity,
Christianity,
Islam,
politics,
Egyptology.
Egyptology,
You can do all that.
abortion rights.
Right.
Wait a minute.
But if you become racially conscious, if you start to think, who am I as a person? What is my people's nationality? Black African American doesn't tell me who I am. Who am I to God?
Right.
So you can question everything else besides your nationality.
Yeah.
Don't question African American.
Dive into it. And you could be a boy. You could be a boy. You
Good
could
point.
act like
Good point.
Like be
Yeah.
a girl.
Yep.
You could be a it, a they, a them, a
You can
she,
question
a
your
he, a
gender.
be, a what?
You can question your gender, but you can't question your nationality.
go.
Right.
That
Pronouns
brother
and all
said that if you become racially conscious, your money would cut off. Give me that in Baruch chapter 2.
Bring it out.
Watch this, y'all. Give me that in Baruch chapter 2. Sheesh.
That was a heavy.
2 and
that
30.
was heavy.
Baruch chapter 2 and verse 30.
Yeah.
For I knew that they would not hear me, because it is a stiff-necked people. But in the land of their captivities they shall remember themselves.
So you got to understand that in the land of our captivity where we are slaves, God prophesied that we would remember ourselves.
That's
so
right.
if you are a $40 million slave, now you have to, when you begin to remember yourself, there are certain choices that you're going to have to make. You're going to have to either, if the spirit is within you, to because it's so, we don't know who is who. We are all born and we come back on the earth time and time again. Jeremiah might be damn NBA player.
Right. You say you gonna disconnect him?
Isaiah might be a daggone rapper. Who knows? Damn, Ezekiel might be a drug dealer before he wakes up. We don't know. Why would I say that? Because all of us was in the midst of wickedness. Because God told Jeremiah, thou shalt discontinue from thine heritage. So Jeremiah would grow up in the midst of sin before God revealed to him in his spirit that he was a prophet of old that was chosen to go out and call the lost sheep in, right? So depending on who you are,
even Moses,
right? It depending on who you are. If you happen to be a $40 million slave and the spirit within you is burning so much that you say, I need to be with my brothers, because you might be Jeremiah in the spirit. You're going to have to make a decision. Am I going to cast this stuff behind my back and go and what did Moses say? Forsake the riches of the pleasures of Egypt, pleasures of sin,
for a season,
and bring my people in? Or are you going to be Nicodemus and just play the background? You got to make a decision. Either one it is, God will lead your steps into the way that you should go.
We had a lot of brothers that had to make that decision.
Right.
Yeah.
Where they was either they had to choose that industry or they had to choose that NBA lifestyle, and they decided to take the steps to the Lord.
That's the same thing that Moses did.
Right.
Yeah.
Moses had
Yeah.
to make that same
make it.
level of
Same
decision.
decision.
He was a prince.
When
Yeah,
he looked out.
Remember what they said in Matthew 16 or something like that, where about how do I get into the kingdom of heaven?
Yeah, 1960.
Oh, yeah, when the man
1916.
asked Christ.
Yeah, he said, if thou will, buy and sell whatever if you sell everything that you have and follow me, that's pretty much that might have to be their sacrifice. That's what's
Right.
going to be their sacrifice in order for them to, get into the kingdom.
So that's what I'm saying. So based on the spirit that is within you, Lemuel, that either you play the background like Joseph of Arimathea, or you hit the streets like Jeremiah, Ezekiel, Isaiah, and the prophets of old. Give me that in Exodus chapter 2, verse 11. We can't make that decision for you.
Right.
That's the spirit that burns within you. Read that in Exodus chapter 2, verse 11.
Exodus chapter 2 and verse 11. And it came to pass in those days, when Moses was grown, that he went out unto his brethren and looked on their burdens.
On their burdens, right? Read on.
And he spied an Egyptian smiting an Hebrew, one of his brethren.
One of his brethren. Now, when he saw that, what is the thought that came in his mind at that exact moment? Hebrews chapter 11. Now read verse 25 and 26.
Hebrews chapter 11 and verse 25.
Yeah.
Choosing rather to suffer affliction with the people of God.
Depending on who you are, the soul within you, you're going to have to make a choice whether to suffer affliction with your people or be Joseph of Arimathea and be a secret disciple. Either way, you get in the kingdom. But the spirit within you will lead you in the steps that you to go. Read verse 26 now.
Verse 26. Esteeming the reproach of Christ greater riches than the treasures in Egypt.
This is spiritual Egypt. That's why you got a pyramid on the back of your dollar bill. That's why you got obelisk everywhere. You got pyramids in Memphis. This is spiritual Egypt that we are in, called America.
That's right.
Read on.
Than to enjoy the pleasures of sin for a season.
There you go. So it's either that you are, the spirit in you is going to lead you to where you're going to go. Right? Now let's go back to the video and let's see some more on what that brother was saying.
Like, how about white America out there? And I'll bring you in a second, Joe. But how about white America who's sitting out there looking at it and saying to themselves, "What are you talking about handcuffs? What kind of handcuffs are you talking about? We're paying these guys multi-million dollars. They've got a lot of freedom that a lot of us don't enjoy because they're not making that money." I want you to elaborate on that, Doc. What are you talking about handcuffs?
I don't think they have any freedom whatsoever. A lot of them have white handlers. A lot of them have white agents, white financial planners. When's the last time you seen an African American athlete really put some money to the African American?
That brother, that made a heavy point.
Right.
They got white handlers.
Right.
You ain't gonna make it through this video.
We gotta go. I got a lot to go.
Cap.
Go ahead.
That's why they have that's why they have media training.
Good.
Damn.
That's white handlers.
They handling you.
Good point.
That's
right
what
there,
it was
Telling
man.
you what to say. Just
I
like
thought
how
it
they
was
told the
something
preachers what to say.
Yeah. White handlers. Those were overseers.
Yeah.
At that time. White handlers. He said white handlers, white agents. They tell them what to say. And that's what's going on with what we've been seeing in the NBA. That's what you're seeing with the Kunite, Shaquille. That's what you're seeing with Milk Dud head ass Barkley. They got handlers. And you know who their handler is? Ernie. On TNT. Ernie, that white man sitting right there in the middle, he's their handler. Because when he said it, Shaq, what do you got to say? Basically said, speak, nigga.
Yeah.
And then he turns and said, Charles, speak, nigga. And right on cue, they
Hey,
spoke.
that's
Yes,
how
they
much
brother.
power he has.
Yeah,
He doesn't even really have to say anything. The slaves are so well trained that, hey, listen, you know what I'm thinking, so you say what I
There
want
you
to
go.
say.
That's why he said, "Oh, I gotta sit up here and talk about Kyrie Irving instead of talk about basketball."
Yeah.
I was made to do it. Yeah, because somebody told you to go up there. Hey, talk about that Kyrie.
And one thing too.
You better make sure to throw him under the bus too.
Hey, one thing too is that what you know, the whole point about him being about Kyrie being anti-Semitic, they don't want to seem like they are hurtful to black people. That's why they get other black people to roll on them.
Yeah.
That's it.
It's not racism. It's not racism.
Look,
Yeah,
your
I didn't
brother-
say
look,
he
what
said
Shaq
it, not me.
Look, good
Shaq
point.
said.
Now play the next. Is that no? Go back to that video. Go back to that video that we had. Go back to that video, and I want you to keep playing it. Now listen to this.
American community. You know, they buy rim shops, restaurants, clubs, and jewelry. But when's the last time you seen an African American athlete buy a school, endow a university, and things of that nature? Those are the things we're talking about. They need to start building institutions.
Look at the white
but
dude's
what
face.
we find is that a lot of these
Eat a
brothers
mic.
are scared. They have no testicular fortitude
Oh!
when it comes to being when it comes to racial or social issues. And as a result, the money just stays within a tightly knit circle, and the black community gets
They
no
got
benefit
no
whatsoever
balls.
from this black athletic
All right,
prowess.
Joe Mowbray, I'm going to bring you in. What are your thoughts?
Listen to the white dude.
Stunned. First off, look, Professor Moore talks about the fact that you have white handlers, white money managers. All that's true. But they're all chosen by the black athletes.
Boom!
Damn!
Hey!
Wow. Damn.
Wow!
Damn.
So
He said, "Yeah, you're right. That is true."
Yeah. Boldly.
But
said it with
hey,
bold,
hey,
right?
hey,
Yeah, he can't
hey,
deny
but
it.
but
We're
nigga,
not trying
you
to hide
chose
it,
us.
But you chose him, nigga.
Right.
Go back, run it back one more again.
Right.
You run it back, man.
You signed the contract,
Right.
nigga.
right.
We didn't tell you what to do. You chose us.
Go back, play the video, man.
All right, Joe Mowbray, I'm going to bring you in. What are your thoughts?
I'm stunned. First off, look, Professor Moore talks about the fact that you have white handlers, white money managers. All that's true.
Pause it.
But they're all
White money, white
Yeah.
handlers, and white money managers.
Why?
All that is true.
Yeah.
Come on now, dog.
White.
Baruch 3:8.
man.
Bring it out.
You gotta pay attention to the little things that Esau say, because he would
Right.
try to say them real quick
Yep.
and then gloss over it like, yeah, that really don't mean nothing. No, it does.
Right.
This is why they threw their brother Kyrie up under the bus.
Right.
It's because they got white money managers.
There you go.
You know what Kanye called them? Jewish people.
That's right.
That's the problem, because you connected with the actual nation.
Right.
That's the problem.
There you go.
Don't shine the light on me.
Yep. Baruch 3:8, man. Read that.
Baruch chapter 3 and verse 8. Behold, we are yet this day in our captivity.
Even if you are a 40 million, make $40 million, you are in captivity, aka you are a slave.
Right.
Why? Because you have white money handlers. Even if you got a black agent, even if you got a black
forget about
agent
it.
that negotiates your contract,
Yeah.
who is giving you that money to make you worth $40 million?
Yeah.
It's the white man's face that's printed on that.
There you go.
You have white money handlers and you have white handlers.
Right.
You know what a handler is?
Mhm.
Oppressor.
Right.
Same
Uh,
people
o-
who
Overseer.
that was the same people who funded rap music, Cap.
That's it.
Same
Go
people.
ahead, Kev. You gonna say
What?
something?
No,
the hell?
remember that in the episode of Roots, right? When Kunta first gets there, remember there's other Negroes assigned to train him.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
To make sure that
What was
he's
that dude?
walking upright. What is his name?
Fitch. I think it's
Fitch or
Fitch.
Fiddler.
Fiddler, Fitch,
One
or
of them.
something like that.
They was assigned to make sure he follows the recipe that they're given, right?
Right.
So that's the same thing what you have.
Mhm.
That's why you got the Shaquille O'Neals, the Charles Barkley
Boom.
mad at them. Wait a minute, we gave you a formula.
Yeah.
We showed you how to shuck and jive.
Yeah.
We showed you how to sing the song, so that's what you see. He's going against the recipe.
He said we showed you how to sing the song. And then you try to sing a new song.
Right.
Damn.
You try to sing with Psalm 149.
Shout out.
That's outside of our code, nigga. Let us tear you down.
I can't risk my my money.
Yeah,
I'm an entertainer.
Yeah, you gonna mess it up for the
You
rest
gonna
of us,
mess it up for
niggas.
all of us now.
Wait a minute.
Shout out to Original Royalty.
That's right. Hey, go back to the video. Let's play it out. He said it's true. You black folk do have white money handlers and white handlers. Play it.
Professor Moore talks about the fact that you have white handlers, white money managers. All that's true, but they're all chosen by the black athletes. It's not that black athletes are told you have to have this person as your agent, you have to have this person.
Oh,
as
cut
your
that
Come
damn
on,
Edomite
man.
off, man.
Come on,
I don't want to
man.
hear nothing he got to damn say no
Come on,
more.
man.
Cause look at this.
Stop.
Look at this.
Hell.
Look at this, y'all. This is biblical what the brother just Sorry. God forgive me for calling.
Forgive me for I have sinned.
Lord forgive me for calling that Edomite a brother.
Job called him a brother.
Oh,
brother
God.
of dragons.
Yeah, you're right.
Okay.
God forgive me.
He broke the covenant. Cap.
Don't hold it. I just broke it, man. I just broke the covenant, man. And called that damn Edomite.
Heathen.
I ain't gonna call
The
it
heathen.
They heathen, man. But I want you to go to Jeremiah. Let's go to the book of Jeremiah and let's read where they say that. I want to say it's 7, but y'all gotta let me keep on flipping because I know where it is on the left-hand side of the page, top left corner. I know my sword. Somebody gotta say something to I find it because I gotta find it. That we devour, they do this to themselves.
They devour us secretly.
But these people that are rebellious hearts. Jeremiah chapter.
This is one thing that we gotta understand.
Go ahead, say it.
One thing that we gotta understand is that they have a perpetual hatred towards the nation of Israel, and this is how much. This is how low of a self-esteem that we have as a nation of people. That instead of following after black businesses, we rather pursue after after Edom's way of living, after Edom's way of life. Yeah. And we have been so accustomed to doing that, we have been broken so much as slaves to the point where we'll hate one another. We'll start wearing all the different clothing like Givenchy, all the little rich fancy stuff. But when it comes to supporting our brothers, that's null and void.
And just like how that Edomite was bringing out, he talked about that's true. All the trainers over the athletes are so-called white people. But those are the only choices that they have.
I got it. I found it, man. It's top left corner.
I'm sweating bullets over here.
I'm trying to find something. It's left page, left column, top left corner.
There you go.
Damn, I knew where it was. Jeremiah chapter 50. And I want you to read verse 7. He says, the black athletes choose them. It's not our fault. Read that.
Jeremiah chapter 50 and verse 7. All that found them have devoured them. And their adversaries said, we offend not.
You chose these. You chose the white money handlers.
Right.
You chose the white handlers. The black athlete chose them. We offend not. We've done nothing wrong. Go ahead.
Because they have sinned against the Lord.
They chose this. It's not us that did this. It's not of our doings. If they didn't want us to be the white handlers, well, then choose your black folks. Well, are black people represented as agents and money handlers in the NBA compared to whites? No, they're not at all. That's why they say, man, we didn't do nothing wrong. Right. They chose us. You only gave them one option to choose from.
You're giving us, you offering somebody who's starving, who's seen only poverty, and then you put a big buffet in front of them. Of course they're gonna eat.
Yeah.
That's like that movie with it, Saw. You choosing your either choice you make is you're gonna shoot yourself in the foot.
But
most of our people who have been, not given the laws of God, the foundation of the laws, of course they're gonna take that contract. Gonna take it.
Now let's go to the next video. Look what our people did to Kyrie, and we went over some of this last week. But I'm gonna rehash because we're getting to a point here. Let's go over it. Go play a video.
You believe?
Pause it real quick. Ain't that the same guy that was just hosting the damn video of $40 million slave and heard his own people say that money does not change the status of your condition of being a $40 million slave? He sat there and interviewed him. He heard all the argument. He heard that professor from LSU saying that if money is attached to it and you can't speak what you want to, you still a slave. He heard that. He knows what Kyrie's going through. What did he do? He threw his brother right up under the bus.
Damn.
Go ahead, play it. Let's hear it.
Has done his research. And that he knows. And oh, by the way, I'm not gonna waste my energy trying to explain to y'all because y'all are not going to get it. And what y'all are saying is, then what the hell you posted on social media for? He doesn't get it, but he thinks you don't get it. He thinks we don't get it. We're the lost souls.
Pause it.
We
You actually are the lost souls.
Right, for real.
We are all the lost sheep of the house of Israel.
That's right.
But there is a separation amongst the house of Israel of some people that just won't understand when someone brings light to them when they walk in darkness.
Right.
Give me that in Isaiah chapter 29.
Bring it out.
So you hear Stephen A. throwing his brother right up under the bus, right?
So he chose to put the chain collar tighter around his neck.
Yeah, to solidify his place as being good in Master's house.
Right.
Isaiah 29, read verse 10.
Isaiah chapter 29 and verse 10.
Uh-huh.
For the Lord hath poured out upon you the spirit of deep sleep.
You don't understand. Read on.
And hath closed your eyes.
You are lost. If you don't know who you are in these last days, that you're an Israelite, that blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians and the diaspora from the west coast of Africa that was scattered through the four corners of the earth, if you do not understand that they are the Israelites, that they are the Jews of the Bible, you are lost in 2022.
You in deep sleep.
You in deep sleep, thus saith the Lord. You won't understand. It will be foreign to you because you was raised in the ways of Greeks. All you know is white history and how to defend the white man. So Stephen A. threw him up under the bus. Look who else threw Kyrie Irving up under the bus. Play it. The other video.
don't comprehend.
The other
And
video.
that-
Come on, Tech Team. Stay with me, y'all.
Look who else.
Look who else. I threw you the lob. Catch it.
Damn.
Catch
It like Kyrie and reverse it.
Right.
This is Kyrie. This is who he is. You know he's going to dig in now because he's caught in backlash. Nick Friedel challenged him. Joe Tsai tweeted at him. Wish he'd have just pulled him into a room and had a conversation. Just because he tweets something, that doesn't mean you have to compound an issue by tweeting back at him. Just call him in. Hey, you're the owner. Just say, Kyrie, I'd like to talk to you about something that you posted. Look, Kyrie always wants you to think. He went to Duke. He wants you to think that he's a physicist and he's the smartest guy in the room and he's a conspiracy theorist. And he says, well, what if that didn't happen? I know, okay, I understand that it could have, but what if it didn't? Okay, even if it did happen, what if it didn't happen? What if
All right,
who
you
was
cut
actually
it.
responsible?
So you can see that he is going against his brother,
Right.
defending the white man
Right.
against
Shay,
his
the
own
betrayer.
brown brother. Yeah, Uncle Shay Shay. There you go, Uncle
betrayer.
Shay. Damn, that's all in my face, man. Come on now, Uncle Shay Shay throw his brother up under the bus. Right. Go to the other video that I have of Uncle Shay Shay talking to Skip Edomite Bayless, and look what Skip Bayless says, and then look how Shannon Sharp responds. This could have been his chance, like, he could have kept quiet, or he could have defended his brother. Let's see what he said.
Another description of the film on Amazon that Kyrie linked to says that the movie uncovers the true identity of the children of Israel by proving the true ethnicity of Abraham, Jacob, many others. Find out what Islam, Judaism, and Christianity have covered up for centuries in regards to the true biblical identity of the so-called Negro in this movie packed with tons of research. Okay, he's free, again, to believe all of the above.
Right.
Maybe there's some truth in that.
Pause it.
I don't know.
So how the hell the white man gives more information about who you are than
you.
yourself?
How does the white man confirm it? Yeah,
He
confirm could be true.
He did confirm it.
Hey man, hey,
I don't know.
No, the word is,
be true.
well, how could the white man consider it more than
Halfway.
even you?
There you go. Wow.
Your own brother couldn't even bring that up, that consideration.
He automatically threw him under the bus. The white man said, "This could be true."
This could
you
be
know what
true.
that letting you know? White folk know who you black people are.
Right.
Skip Bayless knows some history about black people. Said this could. He's not going to come out and outright say like, "Yeah, Kyrie is right. Black people are the actual Jews of the Bible, the Israelites, the ancient Israelites, suffering the curses of God." He's not going to say that because God hasn't given him that wisdom. He only knows a little bit of it. Like, yeah, black folk ain't African Americans.
Right.
And the worst part about that whole situation with whatever his name.
Shannon Sharp.
I'm not even gonna try to remember his name.
Shay Shay the betrayer.
Yeah, so Shay Shay the betrayer.
Yeah, I like it. I like that. That's good. Shay Shay the betrayer. Go ahead.
One thing that's crazy is that the same thing that the white man did to Kanye West, labeling him crazy, he attacked his character for trying to search out truth. He said he's a conspiracy theory.
Damn,
what
good
if this
point.
happened? What if that
Halfway.
happened? AKA that nigga crazy.
Yep. Good point, man.
So he's trained.
But the white man had to say, this could be true.
Right.
Did you hear? Have you heard any of the sportcasters or anybody black person commenting on Kanye saying, hey man, what Kanye saying what Kyrie saying could be true. We could be the Israelites, the Semitic Israelites that video talked about. None of them said it. But let's see how Shay Shay the betrayer responded.
That's good, man.
Go ahead.
Get that a t-shirt.
No, Shay Shay what the hell is the
Shay
tech team
Shay
doing, man?
Stay with us now.
Come on, man.
Come on, man.
Come on now, dog.
Wake the hell up back there,
Brothers
man.
eating chips back there.
Of it. I'm just saying.
I didn't see the movie and I haven't read the book.
Pause it. I didn't see the movie. I didn't read the book. Nigga, I don't care. Master taught me we was Christian, and I'm going to go with that until the day I die. God love everybody, and I don't want to learn nothing else. I didn't see the movie. I didn't read the book. I'm just going to run the damn bus over my brother and back it up on his ass with no facts.
No facts. Your job is you're a commentator. You're supposed to. Your job is to make sure you look at both sides. Imagine he's commentating on a player or on a team, and he never watched the game. Are you serious?
Come on, man.
So basically,
it says he dropped 30, but I don't know if that's true.
So
I didn't watch the game.
So basically, he's speaking on a topic that he don't fully understand.
He has no understanding of it.
He don't know what the hell he's talking about.
But him being a $40 million slave, he ran the bus over his brother and backed it up on his ass. And made sure that he was dead. That y'all know I stand with y'all. White folk, never with my people. And I thought Uncle Shay Shay was better than that, man. Go back to that video, though. Shay Shay the betrayer. Go back to the video, let it play out.
Good nigga,
I'm
man.
a good slave.
Okay, I got you. Neither have I. I'm reciting what I'm
Probably
reading.
Kyrie hasn't either, but okay, go ahead.
You know what? You're probably right about that.
Stop.
Damn, he's fighting massive.
Look at that.
He just threw that out there.
Look at that. Skip didn't have Skip wasn't gonna go on. He was great going with his breakdown.
There you go.
But Shay Shay kept going on about, hey man, Kyrie ain't did it either. Just demeaning the brother all the way around. The white man said, you know what? You're probably right about that. The white man agreed with him, stomping on his brother. Yeah, you know what? You're right about that.
I'm glad you said it first.
I'm glad you said it.
I'm glad you said it.
And he's doing more bashing. He's doing more bashing on his brother than the damn devil.
There you go. Then the white man is, right? So, but he wasn't the only one that threw him up under the bus. Now let's go to that other video and let's see who rolled the bus over him. Go ahead.
Bring that up.
Rightfully so. All right. Your perspective on this obviously is something a lot of people would like to hear. And again, I'll remind you, were there last year, so you have a relationship with Kyrie. What is your perspective on all of it?
Well, I think Woj is right. I mean, you have to give an apology, and because if you're going to promote a documentary that has false allegations inside of it,
leave it up. But I want y'all to understand, this is how any man that ever says that he is Jewish, or even says he's an Israelite and he dresses like Jewish people, that Negro is asleep.
Yes.
He's either asleep or he has made a covenant with death.
Yep. That's what.
Nowhere in the Bible does it say for us to wear black suits and black ties and put a kufi on our damn head and to act like that is our state of mourning as a people. And here's how you know that's BS. Jewish people, white folk, have taken over the land of Israel. Why are Jewish people all over the earth wearing clothes of mourning, their sackcloth and mourning, when you can go back to the damn place that you have taken over and just live it up until Christ come back and destroy you?
You just exposed them, Kev.
You don't have to do that at all.
Why is there war in the Middle East?
Nowhere in the Bible does it say wear a damn black suit and a tie to show your mourning.
Hey, Cap,
that's not biblical.
You know the crazy thing about it is, he don't normally dress like that.
No, he dressed like a nigga.
There you go.
He dressed. And the crazy thing about it is, I guaranteed you, he was told to put that on.
Of course.
By who? His handlers.
There you go.
Handlers.
White handlers.
Yes. That was his safe uniform right there.
Right. Hey,
I'm a representative. All right, a Mazel Tov.
They don't overtly say it.
Go back to the video. Let it
Sad.
play. Let's see what Amari Stoudemire. If y'all don't know, this is a former NBA basketball player, very good, that found out he was an Israelite, but he knew it was money in saying he's Jewish. Go ahead.
And you may not understand that these allegations that's inside the documentary is false. Okay, you made a mistake, right? So apologize for it. And so I think that's the issue. By not apologizing for that is going to be an issue that the NBA is going to probably take a look at.
Charles Barkley last night.
Man. He threw his brother under the bus. If he knows he's an Israelite and he know black people are Israelites, he has in no doubt read Revelation 2 and 9.
Come on.
Read it. No doubt. If you are quote unquote black African American, you have read Revelation 2 and 9. And you cannot say that pertains to your people, because if you do that, now you're denying your own self as being a Jew.
How, Sway?
So you know who it's talking about. Read it, Revelation 2 and 9.
Revelation chapter 2 and verse 9. I know thy works and tribulation and poverty, but thou art rich. And I know the blasphemy of them which say they are the Jews and are not.
No doubt Mari Stoudemire has read that verse, but he threw his brother under the bus. He said he got to apologize for offending those that Christ said is the synagogue of Satan.
Right.
Read that again. How does that make sense, Amari, that you telling your brother to apologize? You know what that's letting us know? You have made a covenant with death. You playing the middle ground. Go now. Go to the main betrayer of the brother.
Dang, it's somebody worse than Shaq.
Right.
Play
it. Worse than Shaq.
Yes, worse.
Damn. Social media posts and subsequent comments. I was just curious, why do you think that is, considering this league is so socially
Why
conscious?
ain't no black people spoke up for him?
I'm not sure. If you want to ask me a question, you can ask me. I can't speak for 449.
Pause it real quick. Pull back up the picture. I want y'all to see something. You gotta look at this stuff. You gotta look at the symbolism and spiritual. You gotta look at this stuff spiritual. Do y'all know whose number that is on his hat that he has? Do y'all know, y'all millennial brothers over there?
Yeah.
Whose is it?
Nah, Cap, I don't know who number that.
Believe Jackie
Who?
Yeah,
You
Jackie
said
Robinson.
Billy.
I think
It's Jackie Robinson. Jackie Robinson was the first black
So I got
major
it right.
league
Baseball
player.
Right.
So to wear that hat makes you look what? Pro-black.
Pro-black.
That you stand for your people. It makes you look conscious. But as soon as the question comes out, let's see who is really conscious or not. Play it.
Certainly your position, you've been in the position of the best to speak for the league.
I can tell you this. It's simple. Me personally, I don't condone any hate to any kind, to any race, to Jewish communities, to black communities, to Asian communities. You guys know where I stand, and it's part of the reason why I didn't air the Shop episode, why we kicked that, out of the archives, because it was hate conversation going on there, and I don't represent that. There's no place in this world for it. Nobody can benefit from that, and I believe what Kyrie did caused some harm to a lot of people.
Pause it.
How, Sway?
What did he do?
Damn, that's a good damn soundbite right there.
What did he do?
How? He only posted a tweet. How, Sway, did he hurt people and push out hate throughout the world?
Right.
He only posted a link
with no commentary.
No commentary.
I think they all get a script. That's what I'm thinking. They all get a script from Esau. It's go time.
That's
Read,
the
just
Their
read
white
the script.
handler
They white handlers. Just give them a script. Read the
tells
script.
them what to say.
There you go.
His own
Dang.
brother that he won a championship with.
We need all
Damn,
you Negroes.
man,
to
I gotta
separate
separate
Now it
myself.
makes sense. Yeah, I gotta go. Even that's why Kyrie left his ass in the first place too.
Yeah,
I can't deal with his cooning ass. I gotta go. I'm going back to
Hey man,
Brooklyn.
give me that in Proverbs, man. Look at this, and give me Proverbs chapter 18, and I want you to read verse 24. And I know this had to hurt Kyrie, man, to hear LeBron speak out against him on just posting something that he wouldn't even back him up just a little bit or even be neutral with it. Proverbs 18:24.
Proverbs chapter 18 and verse 24. A man that hath friends must show himself friendly. And there is a friend that sticketh closer than a brother.
They're supposed to be in our lives. We have a friend that we have proven according to the scriptures that is closer to us than a brother. Kyrie would have been that with LeBron. They played together. They won championships together. They flew together.
Right.
They ate together. They probably roomed together on the damn Greek fashion trips. But when it came to Kyrie needing a backup from LeBron, he was not that brother that was born for adversity. Jump back one chapter 17, verse 17. Look what LeBron should have been in this situation. Go ahead.
Proverbs chapter 17 and verse 17. A friend loveth at all times.
At all times. He loved you at all times, man. Go ahead.
And a brother is born for adversity.
That's when you want to show me you my brother.
Right.
I'm going through adversity.
Yeah.
Stick up for me, Kanye. LeBron.
right.
Stick up for me, NBA players. Where are all these brothers that been kicking it with me, that broke bread with me, that hoop with me, that we all got to. Where y'all at in my time of adversity, brothers?
Hey, Cap, even with that situation with Shaq and Shaq did a movie together.
They did a movie. I'm glad you said that.
They did a movie.
Pull up the movie. Was Uncle Drew?
Uncle Drew, yeah, that's the one.
Go to Google. Let's pull it up. Pull it up. We're gonna
like
do it
old
live
man.
with each other. Pull up Google and let's type in Uncle Drew.
So basically, Cap, all them NBA players was friends for an
Right.
occasion.
Damn, there you go.
You don't just do.
Click on images.
The occasion was basketball.
That's Kyrie Irving right there, y'all. Now go to the second row and the second picture. Second row, second
down.
picture. Right there.
Right there. That's both of them.
You see his face
Click
right
on it.
there? Click on it.
Blow it up. Right.
Look
click.
what it say over the top.
Shaquille
Right click it.
O'Neal.
That's it.
Put
No,
it in
no,
the-
it's good right there. Just leave it right there.
Uncle Ruckus,
come on,
Shaquille,
y'all.
Kyrie.
Come on, y'all.
That's it. That's Shaquille O'Neal that shot a movie with him. You know how long it take to shoot a movie? A month or two.
Yeah, you got to spend time.
You
Spend
spend
time knowing,
time with
brother.
each other,
Rehearse
especially us being in the condition that we are as a people, being $40 million slaves, $10 million slaves, $100,000 slaves, $30,000 slaves. We are supposed to stick together in the times of adversity. But when adversity came to Kyrie's doorstep, his brothers that actually spent time with him threw him up under the bus and sided with the enemy.
Cap, you know what it is too? Is that when I think about that, I'm thinking about Sirach 13, about them choosing sides with the rich man because they know that he ain't got enough money. So if he sides with the rich man or the Esau or the Jewish mafia, then guess what? Whenever their time of need, the Jewish mafia could end up helping them.
Yep, good point. Good point. We're gonna show that here in a minute. Play the video of how somebody posted this of how everybody on ESPN, them in the NBA, the analysts, the TNT, this is how they really are. This is what in the spirit, this is what they are. Go to it. Where the sound? Pause it real quick. Every black analyst on ESPN, TNT, and FS1.
Break it down.
Play it again. Let it play through. Go ahead, let it play. Look at him running. Head in the bosom. Pause it.
Oh, hell no. Thank you, Master. Save me, Master.
Charles Barkley.
Save me, Master.
Shaquille O'Neal.
Right.
LeBron.
LeBron James. Stephen A. Smith.
Oh,
You know what he's seen? God.
God.
That's what he's seen.
Head in the bosom of their oppressor.
Damn.
What in
I
the
wonder if
hell?
his whole arm around his waist.
Yeah, he do.
Oh,
Wait a
Lord.
White man
minute.
gave him a big kiss on the forehead.
Right on his
Wait
head.
a minute.
Save me,
My
Massa.
good little nigga.
Good job. Good job,
I came to say
my nigga. Good job.
Ah.
You have defended us well. Go back to it and let it play. Look what the oppressed and going through adversity says. Let it play. Massa. Thomas!
He said,
You leaving me?
Oh,
he
you
said,
looking
wow.
You gonna leave me out by myself?
Gab, you see it? He said, niggas, get out the way. Massa, Massa,
Move.
He hit one of these.
Niggas, get out the way. Massa, Massa.
He went right to
That's what's going on in the spirit when you betray your brother. And the worst thing is that people that actually lived through the times of civil rights, that seen it face to face, because us, we are the generation after, right? Where we didn't actually live through civil rights where we had a march and march across Selma Bridge. We are reaping the benefits of our ancestors, right? And the things we're able to do is because our ancestors took a stand against evil, against their people. What makes it worse is when you got old heads that go against you when you are trying to do the same thing that they was doing back in the day. Pull up that meme and show what Kareem Abdul-Jabbar said about Kyrie Irving.
Yep.
Pull it up. Read that for us, officer.
There's little hope that he will change because he's insulated by fame and money and surrounded by yes people. There is no motivation to learn how to distinguish propaganda from facts. All that's left is for the world to decide how it should respond to him.
Now, this is why this is so bad. It's little hope that he will change. He's insulated by fame and money. Why would y'all take it down? I'm reading it, y'all. Come on. Who's back here on the ones and twos? Work with me, y'all.
Take team struggling.
How is he insulated by fame and money when Nike cut him loose?
Yeah.
How's he insulated by fame when he's been called everything under the sun?
Suspended for 5 games.
Suspended for 5 games. Called anti-Semitic. He's not insulated. You're not insulated by fame or money when you're black in America.
Right.
None of that means anything to your oppressor. Because he's the one that gave it to you, and he's the one that can take it from you.
Exactly.
Give me that in Job chapter 32. Job chapter 32, and I want you to read verse 4, and we're going to jump down.
Job chapter 32 and verse 4.
Yeah.
Now Elihu had waited till Job had spoken, because they were elder than he.
That's called common courtesy, respect for your elders. You wait until they get done speaking, right? But in today's time, these are the elders that we have because they are so far removed from God. Jump down to verse 7.
Verse 7. I said, days should speak.
Old age should speak. Go ahead.
And multitude of years should teach wisdom.
You should teach us wisdom of how we should walk in these times when we suffer in affliction, because we all fighting against the same oppressor. It ain't changed since your time, since the 60s. Hell, we still battling the same thing. It's just went from overt, where they call you niggas in your face, and now it went from covert, where they call you commodity. Wait, watch until we get what later we got up here. Keep reading.
But there is a spirit in man, and the inspiration of the Almighty giveth them understanding.
Read.
Great men are not always wise.
Old men of our day are not always wise. They may have gray hair on their head. They may have gray hair on their beard, but they're not always wise because they were not grown. They did not grow up in the understanding of God. They grew up in Islam.
There you go.
They grew up in the ways of America, and the wisdom of God has not descended upon them of how to back their people when they are on a mission or a quest to free their people's minds. They won't do it because old man of today's time is not always wise.
Because in his mind, what he's thinking is, okay, that fame part, when you bring up him being wrapped with fame, surrounded by fame, he should be have that be more gratitude.
Right.
He should be thankful for all the money he has.
Yeah.
But a lot of times they neglect even our forefather Solomon. during his time, when he had that money, when he had the fame, the glory, he still sought out wisdom.
Yeah,
they neglect that part. They think they're gonna be distracted by the fame, the glory, the glitter, the lights and everything, but they neglect and they underestimate that the Spirit of God will pierce through every soul to reach His elect.
There you go.
That's what it is.
All praise. Good point.
I
Right there.
can put script-
Yeah, go ahead.
Go to Proverbs 17 and 18 real quick, because a lot of these brothers they just condemn themselves. Right at 17 verse 15, real quick.
Proverbs chapter 17 and verse 15. He that justifieth the wicked.
He that justifieth the wicked. That's your LeBrons. That's your Stephen A. Smith. Go ahead.
And he that condemneth the just.
And condemneth the just. He says, what? I am an Israelite. Yeah. I am a Semitic. Mm-hmm. Go ahead, read on.
Even they both are abomination.
They setting their judgment up.
There you go.
They setting their own judgment up. If they don't repent, they setting themselves up for destruction.
That's a cold exactly right. And this is why it be so disheartening to see the so-called aged men of today go against the youth that are doing the same thing they was. Pull up the picture of a young Kareem Abdul-Jabbar.
Bring it out.
Look who he's with, y'all.
Man.
Wow.
So those that don't know, on your far right of your screen, that is Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. He played for the LA Lakers, the Milwaukee Bucks. He is the all-time NBA scoring leader. Look who he is on the panel with. Jim Brown, ultimate civil rights man back in the day. Muhammad Ali. He's with Bill Russell. And a host of civil rights leaders in the background that all stood for the black man getting ahead here in Babylon the Great. He was on the panel with him, y'all. Now, watch this, Cap. You know his name is Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, right?
Right.
Pull up the next image we got. Read that for us, officer.
The adoption of a new name was an extension of my rejection of all things in my life that related to the enslavement of my family and people.
Who said that?
Wow.
Abdul-Jabbar.
That man that just spoke against Kyrie said this in a 2015 Al Jazeera American editorial. The adoption of my new name was an extension of my rejection of all things in my life that related to the enslavement of my family and my people, just like Kyrie did when he said, I can't be anti-Semitic because I am Semitic. I reject the enslavement of what they gave us as a people, where they said we ain't nothing. We 3/5 of a man. No, I'm more than that. I'm a Semitic. I'm Israelite. I'm a Jew, just like Kanye said.
He said he's back to being Lou
Alcindor. There you go. He's back to being Lou Alcindor.
Wow.
Go back to it, because it gets better. Go back to it. Read it.
Alcindor was a French planter in the West Indies who owned my ancestors.
So hold on. Check this out. Can you drop that right now? I want you to put the camera on Officer Daniel. So he's Benji, Officer Daniel. What tribe are you from, Officer Daniel?
It's not all praise, right? We don't claim us from the
y'all reject him?
Yeah.
It's not
y'all traded him? Y'all traded him?
Traded him back.
Okay, so he's not
Somebody
Benji.
bring him some almond milk.
He is Jamaican. He is Jamaican, Cap.
Go back to it. So he's from the West. Alcindor came from a French planter in the West Indies who owned his ancestors. Go ahead.
My forebears were Yoruba people.
Woo.
From present-day Nigeria. Keeping the name of my family's slave master seemed somehow to dishonor them.
Go
His
ahead.
name felt like a branded scar of shame.
Man, that sounds a lot like what Kyrie's doing.
Right.
He found out that he is Semitic. His ancestors came from the west coast of Africa too. I'm standing up and being a beacon of light. Kyrie's been used as hate. It's only for the world to judge how we want to think of him now. There's no coming back for him. He was you back in the 60s, Lou Alcindor. I'm going to call you what your mama called you.
Call him.
I'm going to call you. Cause you
Shame.
Yeah.
Shame your ass, Kareem.
Lou Alcindor.
Lou Alcindor. Now go to the other video, man, of how people feel now because they've seen our people turn and become Judas to their brother. Look how our people feel now about seeing all of this. Play the video. Where is that?
Shaquille O'Neal have thrown Kyrie Irving under the bus. Why? Because he shared a link from Amazon onto his Twitter timeline. That's all he did. And now we got Shaq and Charles calling for the guy to be suspended. And we got protesters at his games protesting him. You know what, guys? I think it's time that the athletes, they just stay out of politics. Yeah, stay out of politics. You gotta, because you got cornballs like Shaq and Chuck that ain't got your back. And
Pause
you got
it.
the ultra.
Damn. You gotta stay out. You can't even stand up for your people because the people that are in your arena, they won't stand up for you when affliction comes. They will throw you under the bus because they got white handlers that they are more loyal to than they are to their own race of people.
Come on now, dog.
To their own brother.
Come on, man.
You know
That's
what,
written in the scriptures.
You know what they don't think about? They don't ever think about the handlers turning on them.
Right.
Right.
Good point. Good point. Go back to the video.
Woke who will protest the one guy on Twitter but won't protest Jeff Bezos and the corporation making money off of the content.
They ain't say
They
nothing.
don't support free speech unless they agree with the free speech. So they got to agree or it's going to cost you.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong, I support you. But I'm broke. I don't have a lot to lose. You do.
Cut it. Entertainers, athletes can't even speak what's in their soul, even if they called by God, because in the realm that they are at, they don't have people to stand up for them. And it's been made evident with Kyrie Irving, where nobody spoke a word for him when all the world was coming down on him. They abandoned their own brother that they broke bread with.
Wicked ass.
Nah, that ain't how it's supposed to go down. Not at all. Give me that in the book of John. This is how you know if Christ is in you or if he is not in you at all and you just faking the funk. Give me that in John where he says no greater love.
And the crazy thing about it is, just think about it. This is just like the plantation all over again. One white man is able to dominate over a mass and a multitude of slaves. And this is what we're seeing over and over again through this public display.
That's it.
We're seeing that black people, they have the power, even when it comes to spending, so on and so forth. You run the league, NFL, NBA, so on and so forth. All you just got to do, even if you don't agree with him, he crazy, that nigga crazy, but he looks like me.
My brother.
But I'll defend him.
Right.
Give me that John chapter 15. I'm glad you said that. Here's the precept. 15. Let's read verse 12.
John chapter 15 and verse 12. This is my commandment, that ye love one another as I have loved you.
Jesus the Christ. If Christ is in you, you are going to love one another as Christ loved us. And what did Christ do? He stood up for the disciples.
Right.
He defended them. He kept the temple guards from taking the disciples. He said, "Whom seek ye? You come from me. Take me only. Leave them alone." He stood up for those that followed him. Read verse 13.
Greater love hath no man than this, that a man lay down his life for his friends.
For his who?
For his friends.
Hey, didn't nobody do that for Kyrie that called him a friend? Those that called Kyrie a friend, Shaq, Charles Barkley, Amari Stoudemire, Shannon Sharp, and all the other people in the NBA, before this happened, they all called Kyrie Irving a friend. They might say, "Oh, man, he's a little weird, man. He believes in flat earth, and, man, he didn't take the jab like I do. But, man, he's still cool. He's my friend." But when the affliction came, you had a chance to show that you had no greater love than laying down your life for your friend, and you didn't do it. You turned into Judas.
Damn. And that's exactly what the nations fear. They fear that unity.
Yeah.
One standing up. Oh, snap. I can't. My money don't affect you? You telling me the green dollar? Throw some more money. Let's see if it works.
Yep.
Oh, you telling me that don't work? Another one just rose up. that put a big amount of fear in our oppressors.
Yep.
So that's the only thing that's going to topple this whole system.
We gonna get to that. Go to the next video of the overseers with the man, forget his Jason Whitlock. And I want you to go to the time step that we had because another professor weighed in on Kyrie. Now you got the intellectuals.
Right.
You got the scholars diving deep into what they see and going behind the scenes instead of just seeing what's on the surface and acting with emotion. Let's see what he said. Professor Delano.
All right, welcome back. Let's roll out to Washington, D.C., bring in the smartest man on the show, Delano Squires. Delano called me last night telling me about this column he wanted to write related to Kyrie Irving, playing off of Bill Rhoden, the former New York Times columnist. Now he works for ESPN, carrying water for the establishment. Bill, long ago, wrote
that means a slave.
$40 million slave. I think it came out in 2006, 2009.
There you go. He's referred it.
Anyway, long time ago, $40 million slave, chastising black athletes for not carrying on Muhammad Ali's legacy. And Delano's arguing today that the $40 million slaves now have $1 million overseers. Delano, I'm going to let you elaborate.
You hit the nail on the head, Jason. I mean, I've been trying to understand what's been going on sort of in the social and cultural landscape, particularly around race and sports, for the better part of a year. And it started with COVID and particularly Kyrie's refusal to take the jab. And it was him, it was Aaron Rodgers, it was Cole Beasley, it was a few, Andrew Wiggins, a few other athletes. But you start to see journalists chastising athletes for doing research, for taking a principled stance, for going against the establishment. And I was trying to understand what is going on here. And when you fast forward to today and you see over the last couple of weeks, pieces from Mike Freeman at USA Today, Jesse Washington at ESPN, Jamel Hill in The Atlantic, all saying the same things about Kyrie Irving, all using the same type of language, anti-Semitic tropes, dangerous misinformation, harmful ideas. The picture started to get clearer to me that these people, again, if you take Rhoden's framework and worldview, that the athletes are $40 million slaves, these people are $1 million overseers.
Boom.
And their job is to keep the athletes in line. What corporate America, what ESPN,
listen,
what these entities want. And the argument that I make in the piece is that given the way corporations and the leagues reacted after George Floyd died, Black Lives Matter on the courts, right? You went from the NFL having only Colin Kaepernick kneel and a few other athletes to having only Jonathan Isaac stand. And you have corporations, again, pour millions into BLM and quote-unquote racial justice initiatives. And it became clear to me the revolution has been corporatized.
Pause it.
And
damn. The revolution has been corporatized. It all, give me that 1 Timothy chapter 6.
Wow.
He said they got $1 million overseers and the revolution. What's the revolution? Black people waking up to that we are the Israelites according to the Bible.
That's right.
Kyrie showing it. Kanye showing it. Deshaun Jackson showed it. Ice Cube showed it. Kendrick Lamar showed it. The revolution has been corporatized. If you say anything about black people being the real Jews, they will take your money from you because you are taking money out of their corporate overhaul.
Right. So basically, white America, they already learned their lesson with Muhammad Ali, the Jackie Robinsons. They learned their lesson, so they said, you know what? We're going to go ahead and set these things in place, or we're going to buy these Negroes off.
We're going to pay them off.
So we don't want another Muhammad Ali.
1 Timothy 6 and 10.
Bring it out.
We are going to pay them off in order to keep them from what does it say in Psalms 83? That the name of Israel never be remembered. We're going to pay the people that got the most influence because we can't stop God. We know the prophecies that the Israelites will arise and wake up again one day. And these athletes or these entertainers that we have, they have the most influence, or they can reach the most people at one given time. What are we going to do? We are going to pay them off and corporatize the revolution. We are going to make it, we are going to allow the revolution to happen at our own pace.
Right.
That's what they're saying.
Mm-hmm. Black Lives Matter. That has been corporatized.
Yep. 1 Timothy chapter 6, verse 10.
1 Timothy chapter 6 and verse 10. For the love of money is the root of all evil, which while some coveted after, they have erred from the faith.
They erred from the understanding. Go ahead.
And pierced themselves through with many sorrows.
Those sorrows is what? Those sorrows is what? Betraying their brother.
There you go.
I'm gonna tell you right now. I'm gonna tell you right now that when you betray your brother, it's a certain type. You don't feel good about that, man.
Right.
No.
It's a certain type of feeling. Judas killed
He
himself.
killed himself.
Right.
Oh.
Judas killed himself for betraying his brother. Damn, what did Ahithophel, right?
Yeah.
He hung himself.
Ahithophel.
He killed himself. David's counselor, because he betrayed his brother David and followed after his son, he killed himself.
Yeah.
It's a certain type of spirit that comes on you that there ain't no good feeling when you betray your brother. So that's the many sorrows that these brothers nowadays, when they betray Kyrie, they got sorrow in their spirit.
They're going to feel it.
They gonna feel it, and we're gonna show it. Now you wonder why, because we got a lot to get through. You wonder why they would betray their brother. What would make them betray their brother when they got money? They could be like, man, the hell with this, Kyrie. I ain't saying nothing. They could say, I ain't saying nothing. Oh, maybe Kyrie right. I haven't done my research. I don't know. I have to look into it. They didn't say those things at all. They automatically condemned him, right? You wonder why they would do that. Pull up the images. Let's go through them. That's why they betray their brother. Damn. Kyrie's the idiot?
Wow.
No.
Nah.
Oh,
You wonder why they would throw their brother up under the bus.
Damn, that's
Let's get some more on Barkley right there.
Look at
Dressing
this.
like a damn woman in a dress
the
with high
fuck?
heels on.
High heels on.
Damn. Damn, them some ugly. They would be some ugly ass women. I'll tell you right now. They would be to a life of just
solitude.
Solitude. Golly. Go to the next image. You see this? Look who's in the background right there. That's Barkley with his white ass wife. No, she's not white. Sorry, y'all. Red ass wife. Because the background is white. Right. The table is white. She is red.
And they always get the ugliest MILFs.
Yeah, they do, man. Look at her throat. God damn. Wow.
He look like he don't belong there. He look like he don't belong in that picture.
No, he don't. He's the token Negro of that family.
You go.
Yeah, that's a cave dweller right
Cave dweller. Go to the other image, cause what y'all see, that's Charles Barkley's daughter, married to a white man. What type of white man is she married to? Go to the next picture.
Jewish.
Married to a Jewish man.
Wow.
Married to Amalek. Now you see why Charles Barkley called him an idiot and said, you're not going to take my $40 million.
Right.
The NBA should have suspended him. And what happened right after Charles Barkley said the NBA should have suspended him?
They suspended
They suspended him. Damn.
Cap, you know what's crazy? That Saul had a chance to do away with the Amalekites. This is what God was trying to prevent.
Yeah.
This right here. But because of Saul, we're in this now.
Benjamin.
And our
go.
too.
Come on, Cap.
Deuteronomy 7,
That is
73.
his
His wife looked like Thor. Damn! Jane looked like Jane on damn Thor, don't she?
Oh, man.
Read that, man. Deuteronomy
like
7
Thor.
and 3.
I agree.
Deuteronomy chapter 7 and verse 3.
Yeah.
Neither shalt thou make marriages with them. Thy daughter thou shalt not give unto his son, nor his daughter shalt thou take unto thy son.
As Israelites, we are not supposed to give our daughters unto the other nations. We are supposed to marry within our nation. Why would he do that as a Jewish man, knowing that the Torah says you're not supposed to marry outside your race?
Right.
He's not the real Jews of the Bible.
Damn.
He don't give a damn about God's laws.
Aren't we called the Nook, or what is it called? Aren't we called the, what's the name?
Goyim.
A Goyim.
Goyim.
Yeah.
He married a goyim.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yep.
Now I
That
can
was a
see
business
us.
move.
I can see us doing it because we don't know
Right.
who
We
we
don't-
are.
right. We don't
But
know
they
our heritage.
always supposedly know that they were
There you go.
Jewish.
There you go.
So
That
according
was
to
a
her,
business move.
Right.
Business
That was a
move.
business move.
They
yeah.
revealed to you their true God right there.
There you go.
So-
give me the. Go ahead real quick.
I was saying, according to her religion, she married a goyim.
Yeah.
Right.
You're right.
Right.
Exactly right.
Damn.
Go to the other image and look why LeBron he threw his brother up under the bus.
Or he-
Let's see why. LeBron. There you
we
go.
Wow.
Damn.
Look who he holding hands with.
About to sing
Wow.
Kumbaya.
Wow.
What God? What?
There you go.
Wow.
You see why LeBron? I condemn any. I don't agree with what he said.
Yeah, that's hate speech.
Probably
Yeah.
said his
Go
ass
to the
is soft.
go to the other image. You see why Amari threw him up under the
There you
bus?
go.
He
Yeah.
need to apologize.
Yeah.
Although I know I've read Revelation 2 and 9.
Right,
I
right.
know who it's talking about, but still he has to say he's sorry to those people that are my white handlers.
I guarantee you they put that hat on his head too.
Yeah.
Of
Come on in
course.
there.
Yeah. Didn't he have one of them on his neck? Was it
Yeah,
him?
he put him on his shoulders.
Oh, he put him on his shoulders.
He had the sacks on the back of his neck.
Where does it say that in the Bible to put that on your head?
Right.
It don't say that
No.
stuff. That's made up, man-made tradition.
Right.
It's not of God. They're not the people of God. We should not be following after their ways. You shouldn't have damn zeets on your damn shirt as fringes. That's not the way of God. White folk, Amalek, Jewish
There
people
you
made
go.
that up. God said put fringes on your clothes, a border
Throughout
of
the
blue
border.
around
Roundabout.
it.
Right.
Roundabout
That's right.
throughout your generations.
Right.
Now, see, this is what happens too, where they threw their brother under the bus. They never mentioned this about their brother. Pull that up real quick. They never mentioned all the good that Kyrie done.
Bring it out.
Pull it up. They never mentioned that. Read that stuff real quick.
A few of Kyrie's contributions over the last year.
Over the last year, just 365 days. Go ahead, read it real quick.
Donated $323,000 to Feeding America. Partnered with City Harvest to ensure that 250,000 meals were distributed to New Yorkers. Partnered with Nike to donate 17 pallets of food and mass to the Standing Rock Sioux tribe. Committed $1.5 million to help pay WNBA players who opted out of the 2020 season.
Now look at that. Nobody watches that damn stuff,
No.
and he still helped them.
Right.
Nobody watches
They
women basketball.
They still got a paycheck, Cap.
Still got a paycheck from Kyrie. Go ahead.
Paid off the college tuition of 9 HBCU students from
Look
Lincoln
at that.
University.
Now look at that. And you threw your brother under the bus. Keep going.
Purchased a house for the family of George.
Whoa. Hold on. He did a what?
Purchased a house for the family of George Floyd.
So he done more than Black Lives Matter.
Damn.
Damn.
Woo. Say that again, Officer Lai. Put the camera on Officer Lai for that one, man.
He did more than Black Lives Matter.
Wow. That was heavy right there. Kyrie, one man did more than an entire organization did for black folk. If you don't believe us, go watch the damn Candace Owens
documentary. Yeah.
documentary about Black Lives Matter. They spent it on trannies and what's that other OnlyFans?
Yeah, OnlyFans.
Yeah.
Wow.
So they was taking the people money spending on OnlyFans and trannies, but Kyrie Irving was buying the family of the victims
new houses.
Damn, that's shame.
They never mentioned the good that he did. Oh no, he crazy.
They can't.
He's anti-Semitic. No,
Right.
they never mentioned the good that he did.
Never mention.
And that's on a worldly stand. He did what he could because he's for his people. He did what he knows to do best at that time, right? But this is what happens when you throw your people under the bus and you give the white man license to pile on and show them that you don't care about your people, that you're on their side. Look what they told Kyrie that he has to do before he shoots another basketball, which we don't condone, but we just looking at the stuff that they making him go through. Pull it up.
Sources. Nets have delivered Kyrie Irving 6 items he must complete to return to team. Apologize, condemn movie. $500,000 donation.
You know what the apologizing and condemning the movie can do? It can destroy the hope that is in the people that have watched it and said, man, I've been looking at them Israelites in purple from Israel United in Christ, and they've been saying, I never believed it. My friend been texting. My brother been trying to tell me. My sister been trying to tell me. And after watching this video, it makes more sense. They are trying to get him to kill the hope of the people that are waking up to who they are in the last days.
Right.
Go back to it.
$500,000 donation to anti-hate causes, sensitivity training, anti-Semitic training. Meet with ADL Jewish leaders. Meet with Josiah to demonstrate understanding.
All of that stuff came from after they saw that black people agreed with condemning Kyrie for what he did. They said, you know what? We are going to pile it on to ourselves because all people are in agreement with us. Go to the video to show what else happened from us not agreeing or even just standing with our brother Kyrie. Those are the world, because Israel not in Christ. We standing with the brother. Right. We are Semitic. We are the Jews. We are the Israelites.
That's right.
Look what else happened to him. Play the video.
Kyrie stepped over the line. It's kind of that simple. And so he made some statements that we just can't abide by, and that's why we ended the relationship. And yeah, I was fine with that. Kyrie stepped over the line.
You know, the decision with Kyrie, as you said, he crossed a line. Did he have a chance to step back? Because it seems like the Nets had given him plenty of opportunities to apologize. Was that the same situation?
Yeah, same situation. He was dug in.
So is there no going back at this point? Was that like?
I would doubt that we would go back, but yeah. So that's. But I don't know for sure.
You know, the decision.
Cut it. Old white man. Wow. He lost his Nike contract because black people wouldn't stand with Kyrie. Right. His own people in the NBA. Go to the other. Pull up the meme of what NBA general manager said about Kyrie thinking. Go ahead. Read that for us, officer.
He's the opposite of a commodity, which is what you want a player who's getting paid that much to be.
A commodity.
Wow. What does that sound like?
Damn.
Shut up at this dribble.
He's bad property.
He's the opposite of a slave.
Defective product.
Right. He's a rebellious Negro. Yeah. Send him to Jamaica.
He's the opposite of a slave.
Let's buck break him. Wow. He's not the slave that we wanted him to be. No. He's actually thinking. He's actually reading.
Right.
The oppressor has now begun to destroy your brother because they saw you destroying your own brother. That's what happened. Now this is the thing about it. They saw, all of our people saw him destroying his own, the brother being they was destroying the brother, and then they saw what the white man did. Now look what these people tried to do. Play the video and jump to about 1:30 in it. We go skip through it. Yeah, right there.
1:30.
I'm expecting the NBPA to appeal the suspension from Brooklyn, the terms, etc., that went into his return, the terms for his return. They seem like a lot, and a lot of players expressed discomfort with those terms. Okay. Tim, good morning. Thank you for being with us. I'll get to you in just a second. Stephen A., your thoughts on this?
Stephen
on
A.
this potential appeal.
Welcome back.
I 1,000% agree with Jaylen Brown. I stand with him.
Oh!
And I know that's saying a lot because we know how critical I can be and have been of Kyrie Irving. But this is excessive.
Oh!
The fact of the matter is that right now you're engaging in emasculation.
Oh, stop it! Now it's emasculation, Stephen A.
Right.
But just a minute ago, he was crazy.
There you go.
Wow. Go to the next one. Go to the next one.
It's too late now.
Yeah, go to the next one.
Too late now, Negro.
Go to the next one. Come on.
Let's
keep
go,
it rolling, man. Pull it up. Oh, Shay the betrayer.
Wow.
Play the video. Play it.
Enough that he apologized. Now they're trying to rob. I believe they're trying to rob the man of his dignity. They're trying to make him grovel to come and get his job back. I don't agree with that.
Oh, stop
the man
it.
Said he was
wait. Now you don't agree with that Shay the betrayer.
The undefeated.
Now you see the white man piling up. He said, you betrayed him, that I'ma bury his ass. And now you don't agree with it, Shay the betrayer. Now let's go to the other one. Let's see who else. Now all of a sudden is on Kyrie's side.
Right.
Pull it up.
Bring it up.
Read that for us, officer.
I told you guys that I don't believe.
Who is it?
LeBron James.
Oh, LeBron. Go ahead.
King James.
Go ahead.
I told you guys that I don't believe in sharing hurtful information, and I'll continue to be that way, but Kyrie apologized and he should be able to play. That's what I think. It's that simple. Help him learn. But he should be playing what he's asked to do to get back on.
Oh, now you don't agree with that, LeBron James.
Cap, I think it goes back to that sorrow that you was talking about.
Yeah, that's where you go. I'm glad you brought me back, Officer Lyle.
It's that sorrow.
That sorrow when you betray a brother,
Right.
and you see the enemy coming after him too. Like, damn, I messed up. Let me say something now. Nah, Judas, it's too late for that. Nah, Judas, stand your ground. Keep that 30 pieces of silver. Matter of fact, give me that. Give me that Matthew chapter 27.
Bring it out.
Matthew chapter 27, and I want you to read verse 3 through 5. Nah, Judas, stand your ground. Go ahead.
40 million.
Matthew chapter 27 and verse 3. Then Judas, which had betrayed him when he saw that he was condemned, repented himself.
Oh, I'm sorry. No, this is too much. You're trying to emasculate him. You're trying to make him grovel. I don't agree. Go ahead.
And brought again the 30 pieces of silver to the chief priests and elders, saying,
Give it back.
I have sinned in that I betrayed the innocent blood.
Man, he didn't do that much. It wasn't that bad of what he did. Go ahead.
And they said, what is that to us?
Hey, nigga, you done said what you said. Now we about to bury this nigga. You already agreed with us. Ain't no taking back what you said. We know how you really feel. You on our side, and you can't go over to the other side. What is that to us? Read verse 5.
Verse 5. And he cast down the pieces of silver in the temple and departed and went and hanged himself.
That's what happens when you betray your brother. The soul in you is so disgusted in yourself that you was a traitor that you go and you get on Undisputed, you get on Twitter, you get on ESPN and say, I don't agree with all of this. I know I was critical. I know that I was running the bus over his ass and backing it up on him, but y'all trying to bury this nigga, and I don't agree with that. It's too late. Your enemies have said, what is that to us?
Ooh. Damn. It's like Satan done already. I'm out. You on your own, nigga.
You did.
You
did it.
And if you remember, when Skip told, he repeated exactly what Shannon Sharp said. He said, okay, I'm glad you said it.
Yeah, there you go.
I'm glad you said it.
There you go. I'm glad you said it.
You brought out the shovel. I got a follow-up shovel.
There you go. I'm going to bury his ass now. Now, check this out. I'm going to show y'all this because we got some stuff. Go to the next thing. You see all of them speaking out against their brother, but they're not speaking out against this person, and y'all mentioned it earlier. Pull it up. Look what's going on right now. Read that for us, officer.
Amazon is still selling anti-Semitic film promoted by Kyrie Irving.
Still making money over it. Now check this out. Has LeBron said anything about that?
Nope.
Has Amari Stoudemire said anything about where y'all at, man? Come on, y'all stay with me, y'all. Has Amari Stoudemire, has Stephen A. Smith said anything like that? Nah, it was only one person in the beginning when this first happened that said anything about two people. It was that brother named Jason Whitlock, and it was the brother named Jason Williams. Damn, two Jasons. JJ said something like, hey, y'all ain't saying nothing about this white dude making his money off of it. It's the #1 bestseller, and they still ain't moved it out. You know what Amazon said they gonna do? They not gonna remove it, but you know what we'll do? We'll put a disclaimer up with it before somebody actually buys it.
You know what's crazy? Jeff Bezos probably don't even know about this whole situation.
He do. He done seen the stock account went up.
Yeah,
that's why he ain't taking it off.
He's like, damn, this check a little bit bigger. This check was $227 million this week.
They better not say nothing.
You better not say nothing.
Now, this is the thing about this too. I'm gonna tell you right now that you brothers that betray your brothers and become Judas to him and don't stand up and back him in his endeavor of search of truth, you ain't your forefathers of old. You not Ezekiel, you not Jeremiah, you ain't Isaiah, you ain't the prophets, you ain't Jesus, you ain't none of the disciples. Christ ain't in you because he stood for something. You ain't even damn Malcolm X. Damn, you ain't even got the spirit of Malcolm X in you. Play the video and look what Malcolm said back in the 60s when Kareem was doing that same time, right? Let's see what Malcolm said about something going on today. Play it.
Your religion is, we don't care what organization you belong to, We don't care how far in school you went or didn't go. We don't care what kind of job you have. We have to give you credit for shocking the white man by not letting him divide you and use you one against the other.
Damn! Malcolm X was prophesying about Shaquille and Barkley and Stephen A. and the rest of Shannon Sharp. Shame. Listen.
The greatest weapon the white man has had has been his ability to divide and conquer.
That's the greatest weapon the white man got.
As Jackie Robinson pointed out beautifully on the television last night, 4/5 of the world isn't white. Isn't that what Jackie said?
Jackie Robinson, the same hat that LeBron had on.
42.
We outnumber them. Jackie Robinson said that, LeBron.
If 4/5 of the world is dark, how is it possible for 1/5 to rule, oppress, exploit, dominate, and brutalize the 4/5 who are in the majority?
Stop it. Right. How are they able to do that? When you got Judases among you. They sell you out for 30 pieces of silver, and they don't stand up for their brother during times of adversity.
Right.
That's how they able to rule over us. Now check this out. You ain't got the spirit of Ali either in you. Play the video of how Ali fought. Ali's from Louisville, too. I want y'all to know that. By way of Jerusalem.
He's from Jerusalem, right?
Yeah, he's from Jerusalem.
Okay, all right.
He was in the wrong stuff. But look at the spirit that was in Ali. You ain't got Ali in you, you damn entertainers. You $40 million slaves. You better repent and get this spirit in you. Play the video.
Money means nothing to me.
Hold on, pause it. He said what? Money means nothing to me.
You got to run that back, Cat.
Yep, play it.
Money means nothing to me, not boxing, when it comes to the freedom of your people. So everything I'm doing, if it means hitchhike tomorrow, if it means be raggedy, if it means look for a job, I'll be happy. Because I can go to bed, my conscience is clear, and I didn't sell out or trade my people just because I could be rich in Hollywood with a yacht out here on my. That could be my yacht right there. Imagine it's valued at $200,000, but I wouldn't want that damn yacht if I couldn't go back over in the black neighborhood and protest a black woman being raped. The hell with the yacht.
Damn,
right. Championship. So I want the people to know this. You understand?
There you go.
Damn.
That's the spirit that's supposed to be in you, Shaq and Barkley and Stephen A. To hell with this money. I want my people to know I won't betray them for this. None of this stuff mean nothing to me if I can't stand with my people. That's the spirit. Right. That's the spirit that God gave all the prophets. Money don't mean nothing to us. We stand with our brother.
That's right.
Kyrie, as long as he's standing for God, knows who he is, and he's searching for truth, we standing with Kyrie. We standing with Kanye. We standing with all those that are searching for the light.
That's right. That's right.
To come out of that darkness. You had something to say,
that was
okay, hey, now check this out. This is what happened when you don't have that type of spirit and you don't stand up for your brother. Pull up and let's see what the world thinks about Kyrie right now. Kyrie. Read that for us.
Kyrie Irving is most hated player in the NBA.
He's now become the most hated player in the NBA.
Wow.
All because he said, I'm Semitic, meaning that I know who I am. Right. Kanye said, we the Jews. Kyrie picked it up. Why you think he said, let me search on Amazon Yahweh? Because Kanye had been affecting him with that, we the Jews. He'd been hearing that for weeks before he searched that. And this is what, now he's become the most hated player, this is what happened. Pull up that image, that meme. Look at this. This is what you did.
Damn.
Everybody that didn't say Kyrie's right, we are the Israelites. This is what you did. LeBron, you turned your back. All of you. You didn't say nothing. People in the NBA didn't say nothing. Why the NBA commissioner whipped his damn back. They turned their back on him. But check this out. I want y'all to go to the video for the sake of time. We're about to wrap it up. Go to the video of God's army. Look, it's one people on the earth that stood up for Kyrie. We didn't turn our back on him. We actually showed up to the stadium where the Nets play at in New York.
Right.
Pull up the video
During
for the
game,
people.
Cap.
That's right.
During the game. It was the Nets and the Knicks.
Play it.
Come on. For so long and living this lie of being Jews. They talking about, hey, Kyrie, you got to come and speak to the Jewish Brooklyn leaders. Where are they? Come speak to us. The truth of this Bible was given unto you, Israelites. You got a problem with us being Israelites? Come talk to us. going to bring you this Bible, thus saith the Lord.
This gospel is spreading. You cannot contain the truth of the Bible.
There's many things that's evil going on in the land of Israel, but there's no media coverage for that. But when black people do crime in the hood, it's all on the news. Right. It's all on the news. Who control the news? The Jewish media. Like Kanye West said.
Now let's see what color they are. They are black. What color are the Jews? They are black. If you're black, you are Shemitic.
That's right.
So Kyrie Irving was correct.
Of 6 things. Hey, guess what, Kyrie? You gotta come over here and make my little kid lunch. Hey, Kyrie, guess what? Can we ride you like a horse? Then you can get your job back. No, we're not doing that. Y'all gonna understand, y'all gonna learn that we the Israelites, we're not bending or breaking for nobody.
That's right.
right.
Shout out to the New York camp, baby, for
praises.
standing up for Kyrie.
That's
we ain't
right.
gonna turn our back on him. As long as he's standing up for the Lord, we gonna stand with the
That's
brother.
right.
That's right.
He does got an army behind him. It's called Israel United in Christ.
That's right.
And hey, so much that look at this. We got our own demands of what the damn
out.
Nets and the NBA got to do before Kyrie come back for them. Pull it up real quick. Let's read that for him, officer. Pull it up. Sources say.
Sources say IUIC has delivered the Brooklyn Nets 10 items for Kyrie Irving to return to the Nets. 1. Apologize, condemn all movies promoting Caucasians or Jews.
Right, go ahead.
2. $500,000 to Israelite causes.
We'll take it.
Roy. 3. Sensitivity training.
Yep.
Roy. 4. Learn the etymology and origin of the word Semitism and Semitic.
That's right.
Roy. 5. Meet with IUIC and Israelite leaders.
That's right. Meet with Bishop Nathaniel.
6. Josiah must donate 5% of all his earnings to black families.
We'll take it. I need it. Go ahead.
7. Meet with Bishop Nathaniel to demonstrate understanding.
Yeah, you know y'all the real Jews. Yeah, y'all the real Jews. Go ahead.
8. Shaquille O'Neal, Charles Barkley, and Shannon Sharp must publicly apologize for being coons and bootleggers.
That's right.
Against Kyrie Irving and other black players.
That's right. Go ahead.
Number 9. ADL and SPLC must remove all propaganda from all forms of media and publicly apologize to Israelites for disseminating false information.
That's right, because they lying on us. Go ahead.
And 10, the NBA must have sensitivity training to stand against unjust rhetoric against black players.
That's right. Israel United in Christ, we got our own damn demands. That's why, because we standing up for our brother Kyrie. As long as he stands up for the Lord, we right there with him as the army of God.
That's right.
That's right. All praise to the Most High, man. Stay tuned right after this for Precept upon Precept with Captain Shib, Officer Matthew, Officer Mickey L, and the brothers down there in IUIC New Orleans. They great breaking that smoke as well. Thank God it's Friday. Captain Barris, you up?
All right, Israel, it's that time again to put your money where your mouth is and support this truth. IUIC at IUIC.fundraiser@israelunite.org.
That's right. And all praise that I see in the comments. Shout out to the New Jersey camp.
That's right.
Because they was there as well.
Yes.
All right. Shout out to y'all. I did see Captain Joel, Deacon Malachi out there.
On Jersey,
yep. Got to put some respect on the Jersey Jews. That's right. All praise to the Most High. Lord's will, life last. We'll be back next Thursday, same time, 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time here on Four Corners News. And with that, we say Shalom.